everyone, it's Rose here in the Jump to It Designs office, and today's video I thought I would show you a horizontal layout. I used to plan in my horizontal planner all last year, probably January of last year to June of last year, and I love the way that it looked. I forget why I switched. I think I just wanted a different layout look or something, but I loved the way that it looked. The only difficult thing with that is I normally planned what happened the day before because it was really a lot of white space and just putting things together. So for this video I thought I would kind of do like a mock spread while also looking at one of my older weeks just to show you guys how I would do it now. And when I used to plan, the layout was a little different, so I'll show you here. In the neutral used to look like this with the lines and everything, and now it just has the dots. So I actually haven't planned in the horizontal with just the dots yet, so we are going to see how that works. But we're just gonna go ahead and get started. So I'm gonna zoom in a little right here, and oh, the kit I'm gonna be using is one of our new kits, which is it's Painted Garden. We accidentally put the name wrong here, but you can find it under the listing Printed Garden, which I think this is very, very pretty. So to get started, what I'm going to do is first I'm just gonna put down these flags up at the top. In this very, very strange angle. Here we go. I'm gonna try not to cut anything out of the scene. There we go. And then what I'm also gonna do is I'm going to take my scissors, and down here what the planners used to look like up at the top is you would have these dots and then you'd have this little flag down here, which is why we created this little flag and that strip, and then you can cut it depending on how long this length is here. But since now the planners have this, I'm just going to be using the long strip to go right here. So I'm going to take the strip and try to figure out the size the best that I can, and then try to cut as straight as possible. Just like that. So it'll just give a little extra up at the top, and then I'm gonna do the exact same thing on the other side and try to cut it the same again. Just like that. So that gives it a little extra something. And then what I'm going to do is, because I loved the look of having the separate lines, and I kind of wish it was like that again, even though I love the look of the dots, I said that before in the vertical, I also just liked having those strips. So I think I'm going to continue putting the strips down up at the top, just to add that little extra color, and then my boxes will probably have to overlap that, but to me that's fine. So now I'm just gonna go through and lay out all of these little strips. Alright, so now that I have all of those lines down, I'm gonna go through and start adding the full boxes. That's what I really like doing first. Oh no, first I'm going to add the day covers. So I'm just gonna add that right underneath to cover up the dates that are already there. Alright, now that I have all of those down, I'm going to go ahead now and do the full boxes. I'm just going to zoom out a little. So here are the full boxes, and what I liked doing was actually putting the quote down in the corner, because that's where it actually used to be the thankful thought. So I used to just put that there, and then I actually got into the habit of writing my own quotes. So like this was like I would just write kind of like my own thing down, and it was just nice to kind of find like cute quotes to write. Normally it would always be from like a show I was watching or something like that. So I'm just going to put that in the bottom. Oh, that's right, we're overlapping it. We're gonna overlap so that it fits perfect. There we go. And then what I like doing is just kind of mixing them up. So I'm then gonna put that one right here. And then put this one over here. And then the top one will go right up in this area, right there. So that is what kind of my layout looks like, and then I do the same thing on the other side. And it feels weird planning in a horizontal planner. It's been about a year since I stopped doing it, so definitely feel a little rusty. All right, so I got my tweezers and I'm ready to put down the date. Oh, and I didn't even realize that this is actually from last year, so the layout may have changed. I'm not sure if it's changed, but let me know. So since that's the case, then I'm just gonna put some random numbers down. All right, now that I have all of those down, this is kind of like what I would actually now start the planning process. I would sometimes do this layout first on Monday and then wait a few days to see what had happened the days before so I could plan what had already happened, which I know seems opposite, but I did this in school because a lot of times in school, especially my last semester, I would write down what I actually needed to do on a different planner, and then I liked this planner just to mark social stuff or like when I went home and stuff like that. So now to get started, I'm gonna go ahead and do kind of like the other little stuff that I would put down. So I would put down the sidebar, which the sidebar is actually a little smaller so you don't have to have it overlap. And then I would also put the habit tracker, because even though I kept slacking and would forget to check it, it was still nice to have. And then what I'm gonna do is put down a habit tracker right up at the top right here. And then I'm gonna show you guys what I used to do, how I used to make my workout habit tracker, because a lot of times this habit tracker would be to take vitamins or drink a lot of water or stuff like that, even though we have the other water one. But I used to make a second habit tracker using these, which is our kettlebell workout stickers and then our workout headers. And I would just take a color that I thought fit pretty well. So I'm going to use this pink one. And then I'm going to use this yellow one. I would kind of switch up the colors. And then that would be my workout habit tracker. And it looks a little shiny because this is actually an old sheet from when we used to make glossy, but now they all come in the matte vinyl. So that's why this is a little glossy looking. But there's 7 here, so it's perfect to mark out every day. And then, yeah, that would be then kind of like the basics of my week. And then I would go in and start the actual planning. So I'm gonna just go through and start putting some stuff down of where I would normally put it. So I would normally have something going on there. And then right here is where I would like to write my quote. And then, let's see, up in this corner, there's that little space, so I'm gonna put something there. And then moving on the next day, Tuesday used to always be kind of a busier day, so I would put a checklist down right there. And then I would put a bigger box here. This is when you just start kind of putting boxes down wherever you have something going on the day, or if you think you know that something's going to be going on. This is where you can just start kind of going crazy with the boxes. So the horizontal planner I really like because I feel like you can really get creative of where to put things, and it is mainly a lot of white space. I'm sure you could fit everything in really tight, but I feel like it just looks really nice having that space. I'm gonna add a little checklist right there. And let's see. I also used to do, sometimes if I had like a full thing going on, I would take a half box and put it this way. Just because like I would sometimes kind of block these up into different parts of my day. Like sometimes this would be morning, afternoon, and night type of thing. And so sometimes if something took up a big chunk of time, then I would just put it like this. And then I also sometimes liked putting a big thing of washi down and then putting a smaller thing of washi, so it almost created just that little border. So if you ever run out of full boxes, then you can just do that. Just make sure that the one that you actually write on is a color that your pen can see. I'm gonna do 2 boxes here. And then, let's see, I'll do a checklist right here. I'm going to do, let's see, I'll do a checklist on Sunday. That's normally when I like to get stuff done for the next week. So a lot of times with this planner, or this planner style, how I used to plan was I wouldn't really use the headers because everything was just kind of mixed up. But sometimes I would, if I had a few of, say, like the this and that tabs that I would put together. I would just kind of put them all together so they stood out. So this is what the layout would look like all zoomed out, and this is with no popcorns and no functional tabs. So now we're gonna go in there and start kind of filling some stuff out to what I think would fit in certain spots. So I'm gonna say on Monday is a big work day. So I'm gonna put this little popcorn right there. I just love these popcorns because I feel like they make everything just like come to life. And they really give like a little personality to it, which I think is so cute. So I'm just going through and adding also the functional stickers right here, which I love. Let's say it's someone's birthday on this day. This is gonna be a cleaning day. And it's nice too because sometimes I feel like you can just put a popcorn somewhere and you don't even really need to like write out. You don't even really need to like write out exactly what it is because you kind of know what it is. So especially for me, and I have horrible handwriting, like really, really bad handwriting. It's nice just to kind of place the popcorn down and then write the little thing and not have to write too much. So, yeah, I feel like I sprinkle popcorn around like crazy, but I just think she's super cute and I like using her as much as possible. I'm also gonna use some of our bows. So for this kit, because there wasn't any clip art, we decided to throw some of the bow clips in. And so I'm just gonna pop some of these on, some of the boxes. And I really love the way that these look. Oh, I just think they look so cute. And then maybe I'll throw one more bow right here. Now I'm gonna keep adding some popcorns. Just gonna throw her in different spots. And then I'm gonna add some of the functional stickers. some places. I love the look of some of these. I think that they're so cute. And let's see, I think I have everything kind of filled in. Oh, and I almost forgot about these. So these are now a new addition to our kits. They weren't on the nautical kit, and I think after that is when we started adding them. But I just think they're so cute just to kind of like write little stuff like the treat yourself, date night, my bad, sleep in, girls night, stuff like that. So I'm gonna do, let's see, add just like little writing to things. This is also great when you don't want to write, you can just do that. So I'm just gonna add some of the writing in certain places. Like for the birthday, I'll do the treat yourself. And let's see. I'll do the me time for the cooking. And yeah, I think this is where I will end it now. I would write down the stuff in there, but my handwriting is horrible. So I hope this video gave you guys just some inspiration on how to lay out a horizontal planner. And that is all. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.